Good evening, Okie Dokie Explorers. We are here in western Harper County and eastern Beaver County trying to find... I know, I'm so excited! Trying to find the ghost towns of Ruskin, possibly, and Max Corners, and then maybe an old cemetery, and then the Highland Chapel. So if we can find all of those things, we will have a full and adventurous episode. If not, we will have some pretty scenery and maybe a good sunset. So ride along with us and buckle up and have fun. See, there's birds. There's lots of pretty. What, baby?
No, there is not lots of pretty.
Well,
It's dead.
it is not as dead as it could be.
It's pretty dead.
Okay, it is pretty dead, but we are towards the end of March, and we have not had any rain. I think some accounts had us at like 700s all of this month, so anyways. Okay, we are here at East-West 19 and North-South 171, and there's a bridge that is over this little creek we're thinking is the Kiowa Creek. Look to the description if it is not. And over here to now into the sun, there was at one time a whole bunch of old steam engines and steam boilers placed along this creek for flood abatement. And here about 5 years ago or so, boy, it's flowing good. I'm glad we had to come back.
It's decent.
They were digging those up because the scrap metal prices were so high, and they were digging them up, and they were somewhere 20 feet deep, knowing that they all got put out there somewhere in the 50s and that they ought not have been as deep as what they were. So there used to be a lot more trees through here, and it was a lot prettier. I'm going to bet that that was pre-fire.
Maybe.
So anyways,
A lot of it, I think, is also post-fire, too.
is it just dry?
Just dry and dead.
Death. Everything is dead
Yeah.
because we don't get any rain.
No. Only reason you come to Oklahoma is to die.
Nuh-uh.
Or to drive through.
So, while we're thinking about this little river, we think about our last video where we had the artesian well, right here, and water sources whenever you are traveling. And no, I would not just go out there amongst the pond scum and drink unfiltered river water. However, there is things out there that you can dip out flowing water and then drink it. And after our last video, we were thinking about doing a video to discuss water sources and your travels, and there's just enough water problems going on out there. There's a new story this week about Philadelphia throwing raw sewage. No, that was not Philadelphia. Philadelphia had the paint chemical leak into the water supply. There was another story where raw sewage was going into the rivers, and I mean, stories like Flint, Michigan, what was the little Palestine, Ohio, where they had water contamination. There's just so many things going on with water that it's something you might be traveling even in our own country and have sketch water, or you just don't know while you're traveling. The little town that will remain nameless had a water main leak a few weeks ago, and go to the convenience store and the water's not on. So you know that there probably should have been a boil order at some point down the road, but if you were there and you didn't know, and you got the last of that water after the pressure had gone out, you know, what would your options be? Would you need to boil that water? Would you need to just try and get some bottled water if you knew? Or if you had some water filtration systems? So we'll be talking about that next video. As we drive into the setting sun and a very pretty center pivot. Brady holes are what part of made this world great.
Yeah, still here.
Ain't nothing else here though.
Nope. Rest of the house ain't there. All that's left is the Frady hole and cow pies.
Some broken down old trees.
Yep.
And a telephone pole.
I wonder if God got a plan for everyone. I wonder if I could take a second run. 'Cause I carry on getting sad and getting stuck. What I wouldn't give for a life that doesn't suck. I'm a moving target. I never finish what I've started. I'm a moving target. But if I stop moving, then I'll have to face myself. I don't wanna face myself. I don't wanna face myself. I don't wanna face myself. Whoa, 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 yeah. I'm a moving target. I never finish what I've started. Kinda makes me wish I never started. I'm a moving target. But if I stop moving, then I'll have to face myself. I don't wanna 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 face myself. No, I don't wanna face myself. I don't wanna face myself. I don't wanna face myself.
How pretty this was back in the day with all the trees around it. Instead of death and destruction.
Yeah.
They have since had a fence up around it. That means that they didn't want people in there, and it has now caved in. I don't know
Yep.
that anybody knew that it had caved in. Is this an outhouse that they put on this end? do you think
Or
happened?
the entryway.
They just boarded it up.
Probably. There's a door on this side.
There is a door.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
breezeway.
Go find you an owl, honey.
Right? Could definitely be an owl in there somewhere. So this part of the world just doesn't really have anything that attracts it over here, like that old chapel we just looked at. As cool as it is seeing that piece of history, you got places like New Mexico. It's like I have older and prettier chapels.
Yeah, hundreds of years older even.
Hundreds of years older and way prettier and obviously better maintained. So yeah, this part of the world was so many towns, so many buildings were just put up in a hurry, put up to just last for a couple of seasons. And so, and then this part of the world is just so harsh with tornadoes and fires and everything. What was built to last still didn't last.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of old history out here left standing.
The resources that you need to spend to make something last in this part of the world are half of what it takes in other parts of the world that are not so severe. And
Twice.
it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's a harsh environment. as you can see around, and as much as we talk about everything being dead, it really is just dead. And if you want to test your metal and you want to see what you can do in a harsh environment, there's always Northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle.
Yeah, I would not recommend ever doing a 30-day survival challenge out here. You won't make it. You won't. There's a reason that this part of the Panhandle was called no man's land. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to live here. Nobody could really live here. And there's a reason that a whole bunch of the Native Americans were shoved over here into Oklahoma. Because nobody wanted it, and nobody expected them to survive. So, yeah.
And then we found oil, and we had to kick them off again.
Yeah, and then we found oil, and was like, oh, well, never mind, you don't get to have this either. So...